Right then folks, welcome along to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at how to carry out an effective and safe U-turn, so stay tuned. Right then folks, so what we have here is a 24-foot box, so 7.5 meters from this cone over to that cone and that yellow cap over to that yellow cap there. So we're going to show you today how to carry out an effective U-turn. So I want you to imagine you've gone down the wrong road and you need to make a safe U-turn. Okay, now this is a perishable skill, so this is something I would recommend you practice at least maybe once a week to keep on top of this skill. Okay, so U-turns. First thing we have to consider is our observations. Before we go anywhere, it's absolutely imperative that we check what's going on around us. So we do a shoulder check over to the left, see what's going on the pavement, check the mirror, check that mirror, and then do a shoulder check over there. Now obviously if you're in a different country, you're on the right hand side of the road, then you do it in the reverse order. So check to your right, right mirror, and then a left shoulder check before you pull away if you drive on the other side of the road. Okay, so this is exactly the same principles, but obviously if you're on the other side of the road, you'll just need to flip this round a little bit. Okay, so you've carried out effective observations to see what's alongside you and what's directly behind you. The next thing we have to do is actually start the moving off and U-turn procedure. Okay, so we're going to need to bring up a little bit of throttle. We're going to have to keep the clutch in the friction zone or slipping the clutch. So that is essentially when the clutch is partially engaged. Okay, so that's no power. Hopefully you can just see that there. No power, a little bit of power, a bit more power, and fully engaged. So what we're looking for is somewhere keeping it in and around this area here. So letting the clutch out a bit, bring it in a bit, let it out a bit, bring it in a bit. If you feel like the bike is going to fall, then let the clutch out a little bit more and the bike will stand back up. Okay, so try and practice that. Now if you have to put your foot down, then by all means during practice, but try and train yourself. The next time you get that sensation, the bike wants to tip, let the clutch out just ever so slightly more, the thickness of a coin, and your bike will start to stand back up again. Okay, so we'll get the bike started. Okie doke. So hopefully you can see me. I've got a camera obviously on the helmet here, and we've got a camera up front showing it from a front on perspective. Okay, so I'm going to do this all in the right order. Okay, so I'm parked up at the side of the road and I need to turn round. So first things first, I'm going to pop it in gear, keeping the clutch held in so I don't go anywhere, and I'm going to hold on the rear brake. It's a good habit to have in case you're on a slight little bit of a hill. You're in the sort of what we call the ready position. Okay, so the bike is stationary and secure and safe, it's not going anywhere. Next thing I have to do, check over my shoulder, check my blind spot, then check my left mirror, right shoulder. Okay, I am happy everything's clear. Next thing I'm going to do is move approximately about a bike and a half to 2 bikes lengths and then turn. If I go further to get my balance, if I proceed maybe 4, 5, 6 bike lengths, then I'll have to remember to put in another shoulder check before I turn. Because if I travel quite a bit of distance and a bit of time, anything could be developing behind me, another car could be coming. Okay, so if you're going to turn pretty much straight away, then your initial observations will be sufficient to cover you. If you travel a bit further to get your balance, remember that shoulder check before you turn. Okay, so we've done our observations, I'm happy. I'm now going to bring up the throttle a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of noise. A noisy bike is a happy bike. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is let the clutch out a little bit till I feel it starting to bite. There we go, there's the bike starting to bite, starting to want to move. So what I need to do is keep that clutch in that slipping zone, that friction zone, so that the bike doesn't actually fall over, because that's not good for anyone. Okay, so effective observations, check, 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 check. Come forward, look where I want to go, chin to shoulder, and turn and go onto the opposite side. And at the beginning, I would recommend that you just use clutch and throttle alone. Now, observation wise, the chin should go to the shoulder as you're turning, and your head does not straighten up until the bike straightens up. So I'm literally looking as far as I can see So my chin to shoulder, and in my peripheral vision I can actually see the opposite cone in the other corner. Okay, so effective observations: shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. I'm happy what's going on behind me, and then just rear brake to finish. Okay, so that's a good thing to practice. Later on, once you start getting comfortable with just using the throttle and the clutch, then if you introduce a little bit of rear brake, it can help to stabilize and also tighten the turn. But initially, if you're quite new to this or you're a bit rusty, I'd recommend just using throttle and clutch. That'll really develop those skills, and then add the rear brake as an aid later on. Okay, so once again, I'm holding it on the rear brake so I don't go anywhere. My bike is safe and secure. Shoulder check, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Okay, bring up the revs, let out the clutch a little bit, feel the bike wanting to move, a bit like a hill start, then come off the rear brake, look where you want to go, and pull up alongside the opposite curb. Okay, so shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. So I'm just using clutch, that's all I'm doing. I'm keeping the throttle pretty much in the same place. The revs might go up and down just ever so slightly. As I let out the clutch, sometimes you'll hear the revs drop a little bit as the clutch is engaging a bit more, but naturally you might end up putting a little bit more throttle on. Subconsciously your brain actually starts to figure out what to do without you actually thinking about it, but you need to practice. Okay, so again, a noisy bike is a happy bike. We have to give the bike what it needs. So it needs a little bit of throttle, it needs a help, but the clutch is key. If it's in the right place, if I'm slipping the clutch, then I could actually rev the engine quite loudly and it won't go anywhere. It won't jolt forward, surge forward, because everything's under control with the clutch. Okay, so shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Just using clutch and throttle, looking where I want to go, right over my shoulder, and then using the rear brake to finish. Left leg comes out. So shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Give your eyes time to actually see what's going on. Look on forward, get your balance, look where you're going, and rear brake to finish. Okay, so in the UK, 24 feet, this is the distance you'd be expected to turn on your Module 1 test. Okay, so this is a good idea for you to practice if you can get an empty car parking spaces like this. Nice quiet place, get a couple of cones, get them off at Amazon, or you can use tennis balls cut in half, and just mark out a box, an area similar to this, and just practice your U-turns. Okay, so shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Revs up first, revs first, clutch, look, shoulder, chin to shoulder. Okay, rear brake, left leg comes out at the end. Nice smooth controlled stop. So just a couple of feet before you come to the finish line, we'll call it, the place you want to actually stop, bring your left leg out, like I said, just a couple of feet before you stop, and then the bike will naturally tip over onto the left leg, so it's nice and smooth. If you don't bring out that leg when you come to a stop, you'll probably get this, and then you'll do that. So bring out this left leg just as you come to a stop, and then the bike will naturally start to tip over onto the left leg, so you're in the ready, safe position. Right leg up, left leg down, holding it on the rear brake. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Get my balance, look where I want to go, just clutch and throttle, no brake. A little bit of revs, a little bit of clutch, look over my shoulder and turn. See, in this exercise I'm not even using counterweight techniques. I'm keeping my body upright, I'm keeping it nice and still, relaxed. I'm not actually lifting any of my bum cheeks off to the left or the right. If you start to really do tight turns, then you will need to incorporate that into it, but for this kind of size you don't need to counterweight, as you'll see. Right then folks, so now what we're going to do, we've reduced the box down. This is a 16-foot U-turn now. Okay, so quite tight. So for this you're really going to need to utilise using the clutch so that it doesn't fall over. So if it feels like it's going to fall, you'll need to let out the clutch a little bit more. Make sure you've got some RPM going to the bike, okay? I'm not going to give you a specific number because otherwise you'll start looking at the rev counter, and we don't want that. What we want is your eyes looking where you want to go. So get your balance after you've done your observations, moving forward, look where you want to go, chin to shoulder, all the way around until the bike is straightened up. Okay, so same again, shoulder check, mirror, mirror, shoulder, revs up first, then clutch, no back brake. Okay, shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Now this is really tight, and I'm not going to use any back brake at all, okay? Look where I want to go, and round. Come in towards the curb, or I'll pretend curb, and right foot up, left foot down. 16-foot U-turn. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Now, the camera probably won't show this very much, but this is actually on a slope, so it's going uphill that way, and yeah, oh well, obviously downhill the other way. Right, shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Get your balance, and come to a stop in by the curb. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Give it a good check. So no rear brake at all, not until I come to the point where I need to stop. That's where I'm introducing the rear brake. So you will not see any brake light at all as I turn. So I'm trying to show you that you don't need it. So no rear brake at all. Rear brake now. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Look where you want to go. No rear brake, see? When you're moving off, make sure you use all of the space. So if you realise you've got maybe about a foot or so between the curb and you, come over a little bit towards the curb and then swing round. So you're utilising the entire space, okay? So shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Move off, get my balance, look where I want to go, and turn. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Revs. Nice noisy bike. Hold the revs, let the clutch out to the slipping point, look where I want to go, keep the slipping point, and turn. So again, even with a 16-foot box, I am not having to counterweight. Did you notice? I haven't got any bum cheeks hanging off of the seat. My body is relaxed, and I'm just using the clutch and throttle together to keep the bike going around and preventing it from falling. Okay, so get my balance and turn. Shoulder, mirror, mirror, shoulder. Get my balance and turn. So hopefully that video has helped you folks on doing your U-turns. If you have any questions at all, please pop them in the box below, or alternatively email me at 121motoskills@gmail.com. Thanks very much for your time today, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.